heading out here to be out of their way and not me eating the turkey bacon that we have left over from my plastic baggie. One piece of real bacon. I've just been working out here while they've been working away. We can't believe it's already here. Feels super surreal that it's moving day. I'm sitting outside right now so that I can give the movers some space. They are definitely hustling right now, but there's just a lot to do, especially with taking apart furniture and all of that stuff, which they'll reassemble at the house. This is actually the first time in weeks, I feel like, that I've had a chance to sit and digest. I've been telling Justin that it's been really difficult to kind of even understand what I've been feeling lately, just because there has been no time for me to just sit and digest my emotions, sit with thoughts of moving. And even when Justin left in a Lyft with Benny this morning, he texted me afterwards and was like, I didn't even realize that that was the last time I was seeing the house, because then it was just such a rush to get out of here before the move, or before the movers arrived. I also can't see my screen right now, and this is probably a really unflattering angle, but it is what it is. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This is oddly the biggest moment of calm that I've had in this process so far, which is really funny because it's moving day and you wouldn't think so. Part of that does have to do with movers, like taking care of a lot of this stuff with furniture and things like that. But man, it was crazy even to finish up packing, because you don't realize that when you're living in the house that you're moving from, up until you leave, you need a lot of the stuff out still and functional. Like, you can't put away a lot of that stuff in boxes just yet because you need it to live. So way more of the packing ended up happening last night and this morning than I anticipated, but oh, there's the moving truck. So I was up until closer to 1 because I was also super congested from all of the dust and everything that comes up from moving boxes and all of that stuff. One thing I'm definitely not gonna miss about LA is the constant helicopters. But anyway, it feels like I'm finally digesting what's happening. It's definitely a lot of mixed emotions. I'm really excited, but also it feels like this was all really fast because it really was very fast. I just looked back at my email inbox to see when I first emailed our realtor about this house. That was 6 weeks ago. And it was like a soft inquiry. Little did we know all this would be happening so quickly. There are definitely aspects about LA that I'm going to miss a lot, but I'm looking forward to just everything that we have waiting for us in New Jersey. House aside, like my mom, my sister, brother-in-law, niece and nephew, a bunch of our like inner circle closest friends. Feels a lot more emotional than I thought that it would. It's really echoey in here because it's so empty. It's reminding me of the first time I walked into this house to do the walkthrough after they'd taken everything, and it was just so exciting. It feels like the beginning all over again in a different way. This house was truly a home to us, so I'm just picking up little scraps of paper that managed to slip and held so many good memories. Feels really strange to be leaving it. Did you want to meet a kitty? Did you want to meet 2 kitties? He doesn't do this, Jackson. Just got to the house. It feels so surreal. Also, thing about the Northeast, you have to pave and shovel like all of your pathways and driveway, and obviously we don't own any of that stuff yet. We need to go out and get a shovel because it snowed yesterday when we arrived, or the day before. No, yesterday morning. I'm losing track of the days, but it's a snowy pathway up to the house. I had to haul all of this stuff that I had dropped off / shipped over to my mom's place up the snowy pathways, which I was not expecting. We're already off to an interesting start, but I'm here to clean the house, kind of like the basic cleaning, just getting the floors mopped, all of that stuff, getting some of our initial stuff set up while Justin is staying back with Benny so that I can kind of just focus on this and get this done. But it feels really surreal to be stepping in the house for the first time. The last couple of days have been a emotional, physical whirlwind ever since leaving California, which I will definitely do a full update on after I get my first couple rounds of cleaning in here, because we have to get to work. Got my big ass coffee at Starbucks. Don't judge me. I don't really want to support them, but girl had 0 caffeine in her and I need to make it through the day, you know? Meditating in a beautiful yoga studio. I've been wearing this outfit for several days. I've washed them once in between and changed obviously my undergarments. Sorry if it's a bit echoey in here. I also need to watch out for the Verizon guy coming to install our internet. All right, where did we leave off? After spending the night over at our friend's house in LA, they were so kind to let us stay over, which made things so much easier since we had a red eye. And had we stayed at a hotel, we would have had to check out at like 11 a.m. and basically just have Benny and all of our stuff out while we were waiting for our flight. We flew overnight. This was my first red eye in a decade after I swore off of them, and I swore off of them for good reason because I got 0 minutes of sleep on this flight. Mind you, this was like 3 days out from my period cycle, which would be my 4th period post endo surgery. We're only like a little over 3 months out from my surgery, which is crazy to think about. So anyway, we land, gather up our bags, grab our lift, and then we start driving to my sister's house at like 5 a.m. I look out the window, it had snowed overnight and everything looked really pretty. I just felt very depressed. It was totally a combination of being overtired, hormonal in my luteal phase, so much change happening within the span of the last 6 weeks with my like barely any time to wrap my head around things. And it all just kind of caught up to me in that moment, I think, for a second, where I was just like, oh my God, I'm here for good. I'm not gonna like walk out and see palm trees and the surroundings that I had gotten used to over the last couple of years. It's just such an abrupt change of environment. And I think in the past times before, it's just been like, we've visited back, but I was like, wait, no, this is like my home now. So there was something a little unsettling about it because of, I think, the state that I was in mentally. But then, of course, I started crying after Justin was like, it feels so good to be back. And I just started crying because I was like, I feel nothing. So yeah, I was like silently sobbing in the back, trying to not freak out my Lyft driver, thinking we were having like a marital issue or something, making him super uncomfortable. But anyway, we got to my sister's house where we've been staying the last couple of days. And it was really nice to see like my family. Everyone was already up for breakfast and everything with the kids. But the rest of that day was totally a blur. We took like one nap, but I just felt so nauseous from not having slept, and just my body felt like crap. So that day was kind of a blur and kind of a wash. And then on Sunday morning, I had to wake up pretty early because that was like house prep day. So that's what you were seeing earlier of all the cleaning and all of that stuff. Justin stayed back with Benny. It was also really stressful because Benny is not doing well. Like, he's such an amazing little boy and he's like tolerated so much. But if you think about it, he's had like 3 different home environments over the span of like 3-4 days. His house before that was changing every single day. So he obviously knew something was going on. He still hasn't seen the house yet. And there's gonna be more change with that because he's gonna see the house kind of empty, and then the movers are gonna come, and then we're gonna have stuff in it, which I think he'll feel better about because then he'll smell our things. But it's also just been really hard because my niece and nephew are amazing. My nephew is at the toddler stage though, where he gets very excited and he's such a good kid. Benny is just not used to being around toddlers all the time that are a little bit more like erratic with their movements and, you know, are grabbing toys and things like that. And Benny's just such a fearful dog. And so it's really hard because we've had to kind of keep him separated just for his own anxiety, because we obviously want to prioritize safety above all. But then I also feel bad for like my niece and nephew because they want to see Benny, but it's like he's scared right now, so I don't want to force that interaction. He's just not used to being around that level of like noise and movement. Because in our house, we don't have that kind of environment with no kids, human children. So yeah, he's a little wigged out, so that's been just also like harder to manage. And those of you with dogs know, if you go to a new environment, it's also like it takes them longer to go potty and do these things. So it's just been a lot to manage. And Justin's been kind of holding down the fort with that stuff back while I've just been up here prepping and stuff. Also on the way here to the house, I stopped by my mom's to grab a bunch of stuff that I had shipped here. And I felt so bad because she had this whole like meal prepared and breakfast prepared, and she thought Justin was coming even though I told her that he wasn't coming earlier. But it's so cute because she's so excited. I'm just so happy to be able to see her more often. But yeah, so then on the way back from the house that day, I had to stop by a friend of ours who was so nice to pick up a big package that we had delivered way too early here because it shipped out way earlier than expected. These are the little weird things that you don't think about while moving, especially cross-country long distance, but they all just add up really fast. And so there's like 100 million little things to do in a day. So then picked up that stuff, went back, and then yesterday we woke up in the morning, took care of Benny's stuff, and then we popped him in his crate for a little nap while Justin and I got to go up to the house, and he got to see it for the first time, which you're gonna see the clips of in a moment. So that was really exciting, being able to step into the house together and for him to actually be able to see it in person. Had to run some errands. We got like a couple of basic groceries, a couple things from Target, like laundry detergent, dish soap. We got some eggs, picked up Benny's food from a pet shop. Dropped all that stuff off here, unboxed a few things because we have so many packages coming over the next couple of days. All of the packaging kills me sometimes, and it drives me crazy that retailers can't like bunch certain things together. But anyway, I won't go off on an environmental tangent. So this morning I drove back up to the house. I was intending to stop by my mom's to pick up a package I had sent here for work, because that was also really awkward for my work partnerships and stuff when I need product right now, but we weren't sure what date we would be here because, as you've seen in the past vlogs, the timeline kept getting changed around and everything. And by the way, we still do not have our car. Anyhow, I was going to go stop by there, but then the morning traffic was insane. So then I had to go straight here because we were having our locks changed. So I didn't want to miss that appointment. And then I'm here now because the internet's also going to get installed. I was hoping our bed would come today, but I don't think it is. And we ordered an air mattress because we're hoping to sleep here tonight for the first time. And in the meantime, all in the in-betweens of like the house prep and whatnot, I've just been locked in my sister's basement trying to work, edit these vlogs, work on my partnerships, work on my newsletter, and do all of this stuff in between, which is just still feeling like a lot, obviously, but at least some of that excitement has generated now that I'm like in the house and I'm like, this is our home now. It's crazy how quickly I have felt at home here though. I think maybe just because we stared at the photos so much, but like walking through the hallways, I can just like picture our life here. You know, friends coming in from out of town and staying with us, with Justin's family coming to visit us, having my family over, starting to feel real now that I'm actually here. Thank goodness. All right, we're done running our errands, and now we are, or the errands for today, and now we are on the way to the house, and Justin is going to see the house for the first time, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Well, we like during the inspection period, only I came out because, well, someone needed to stay back with Benny because it would have just been way too chaotic and last minute, because we also didn't know if the inspection was actually going to happen on time. So we needed to be flexible there. And then also the price of the flights were kind of crazy, and Justin was very confident he liked the house, and after I saw it, I'm glad he trusts his wife, but I had a feeling that he would love it too, so I mean, we agreed on all the stuff that we were looking for and everything, so just excited to see. I'm excited to see your reaction when you walk in the door.
I'm excited
and see
to
him for
react.
the first time. He's been so antsy to see the house, which understandably so. And we are officially in our like neighborhood-ish area now, so that's pretty crazy.
I might do a Benny Grammy roll. Benny Grammy.
Are you gonna touch
On
your
the
face
floor.
to the ground and just like worm,
Yeah,
basically?
I know you just mopped, so I'm
Yeah,
going to
it is
just
clean.
smash the side of my face into the floor.
Into the floor and just like start rolling your body, start
Yeah.
wiggling. Benny's gonna get there and do his Grammy and he's gonna be like, oh, it smells like that. Are you doing your like old man coffee drinking in the morning routine? Is this your perch? There we go. Okay, now